This is a video for all the voters in Minnesota, Washington, and Maryland. I do not live in either of these three states, but yet I still have an interest in these ballot initiatives in these three states. Simply, Minnesota is considering a constitutional ban on marriage between same-gender couples. Washington and Maryland have already passed the law, but now it will have to survive a referendum. Simply put, gay and lesbian couples contribute much to our society. Many kids who would otherwise languish in foster care are adopted by gay and lesbian couples. Most individuals who are against gay and lesbian adoption cite that children need a mother and a father. Gay couples do not live in a vacuum where they do not have access to role models of both genders. And not only that, but study after study after study that has been peer-reviewed has proven that gay and lesbian couples raise children just as well, and they may be slightly better adjusted than straight couples' children. And they also know an ugly reality regarding their parents and their treatment at the hands of the law. Children are not confused. It is you who are confused. Most likely, you do not understand why one man and another man would want to be together for the rest of their lives. But I flip that question to you. More than likely, you are probably straight. Why would a man and a woman want to get together and marry legally and raise children? You may say that because gay and lesbian couples cannot procreate with each other, that they should not marry, and that marriage is about children. However, childless couples can legally marry, and adoption is not closed to straight married couples. Also, the fact is, if you were to go a day without the rights and have every single calamitous incident befall you, you would understand why marriage is important. If you are asking that civil unions should be instituted, I dare you to answer one question. What is a civil union? What is a domestic partnership? What are the numbers? What are the enumerated rights that you will get from those alternative schemes in the eyes of the law? I assure you, as the Wisconsin Supreme Court upheld domestic partnerships because they said it does not violate their state constitution, that marriage is between a man and a woman, and they also upheld a ban on civil unions because it did not violate the Constitution's definition of marriage being between a man and a woman. They knew, the court knew, that domestic partnerships are not the same as marriage. You may know gay people, you may know gay neighbors, you may claim that you have gay friends, but if you are voting yes in Minnesota to ban marriage for your fellow Minnesotans, you are depriving them of a right that the Supreme Court has upheld 14 times to marry. Turner versus Safley established that for prisoners, and Loving versus Virginia established that for interracial couples. And Red Hale versus Zablocki upheld that right for deadbeat dads. So are gay individuals worse than deadbeat dads and prisoners? I submit no. I urge you to vote against the amendment in Minnesota. Vote yes to approve Referendum 74, and vote no to vote against repealing the marriage statute. If you claim to love gay and lesbian people, but you vote to abridge their rights, then you are not showing love to your gay and lesbian citizens of your state. You are telling them that they are not equal to you and that they should never be. I am sure many women were told that. Many black individuals were told that. Many immigrant groups were told that. And had their rights been put on a referendum or to a ballot box, it would have easily been voted down. 1905, New Jersey asked the state's voters, the men, should women be allowed to vote? it should not come to you as a surprise that it was voted down. Those kinds of rights, a right should not be on the ballot. And whether or not you agree that it is a right doesn't matter. The fact is, individuals are being discriminated against on one condition alone that does not impair their ability to contribute well to society. We see Sally Ride as the first woman in space. She was a lesbian. That did not impair her from going through all the necessary steps to become the first woman in space. Vote against the amendments in your state. Vote no in Minnesota, vote yes in Washington, and vote no in Maryland. Vote against repealing and taking away rights in Minnesota that have not yet been granted. But in Washington and Maryland, they have been granted to gay and lesbian couples. Don't take someone else's rights away because you disagree with a certain lifestyle that you believe they live. We are no different. We do not want special rights. The only people who do have the special rights are those who have them. And now we'll be voting to deny those same rights to others. You are not deserving of that freedom if you do not vote against these pieces of legislation that smack of invidious discrimination. Have a great day, YouTube and Facebook.